Welcome to my channel BornToReddit. Am I the a-hole for not letting my niece host her wedding at my castle? 28 years ago my wife and I combined our savings, most of which came from inheritance after my father's passing, and bought our castle in southern Europe. It was actually a derelict farmhouse with some land, but it has a small turret, so our family has always referred to it as the castle. My wife and I decided we'd rather have a small, basic house in our home country and focus our time and resources readying the castle for us to retire in and for our children to enjoy. It took years, but around the time our eldest was born it was finally finished. It's not massive, 5 bedrooms and a small pool in the gardens, but it is our paradise. We've always allowed our families and friends to use it whenever they please, and have spent every summer vacation staying there with our children. Our only stipulation when people stay there is that the master bedroom is off limits. It takes up most of the 3rd floor with the remaining bedrooms on the 2nd floor. A lot of my and my wife's belongings are in there, and it's also the room we have shared together for over 20 years. Recently my niece got engaged and held an engagement party on Zoom at the weekend. When asked what ideas they'd had so far, she excitedly told me they'd actually been planning to ask us if they could hold the wedding at the castle. I was a bit taken aback, but didn't want to outright refuse. I joked it would have to be a rather small wedding since they'd struggle to fit more than 25 people in the gardens. She gushed that she'd already thought it through, and they'd put up canopies in the field nearby. We don't own that land, and if all the guests stayed in hotels in the town she would arrange transport for us all to get to the villa. My wife and I bit our tongues not wanting to make a fuss during their engagement celebration. But later when my niece texted me to repeat what she'd said, I asked her to clarify the sleeping arrangements, and after some back and forth it came to light she plans to use the master bedroom as the bridal suite and for the wedding party to have the remaining rooms. My wife, children, and I would have to stay elsewhere. I slept on my decision and spoke with my wife. On Sunday I responded and politely refused, saying it's too small, and we aren't comfortable having anyone in our room. Both she and my sister blew up at me telling me I was ruining her wedding, and she'd always dreamed of marrying at the castle. My sister even said since I used my inheritance it's family property, which is obviously ridiculous. ETA when we texted her on Sunday we offered a compromise: no master bedroom, and either get permission/insurances to use the fields, or reduce guest count to 25. We even offered to host a small rehearsal too, but she rejected the offers. That is when we outright refused. Not the a-hole. Do you know what your sister bought with her part of the inheritance? If so, good news, it's yours now. Be sure to let her know. I'm not sure what she used her money for. I know she used part of it for her degree. But there's nothing of hers I'd lay claim to. That's not how inheritance works. Of course it's not. But it's about using her own idiotic logic against her. Sorry. I missed the sarcasm. I'm a bit tense just now. Yeah, I shut her down pretty quickly in that regard. While yes, we've let them use our property freely over the years, that doesn't mean they own it. I agree. Maybe you shouldn't let them use it unsupervised anymore. Am I the a-hole for despising my mentally handicapped sister? The title makes me sound horrible, but hear me out. My sister is severely autistic. She requires attention almost 24/7 and cannot be left alone. She is nonverbal and cannot take care of herself at all. Despite the fact that she is only 12, she is extremely destructive and violent and destroys anything she gets her hands on. I hate her. That should be wrong to say, but it doesn't feel like it. I was only 6 years old when she was born, and since then I've never solely had my parents' attention. Even since I can remember, the world has revolved around her. I was moved out of my room into the basement at 7 because she needed to be in the room next to my parents. All of my toys as a child were destroyed by her, and my parents simply ignored me when I complained. Even when I was 14 and she destroyed a Mac my school gave me, I was in the wrong. Along with this, I am expected to take care of her and drop everything I do for her. I can never make plans with friends because my parents expect me to be there if they need me to take care of her. Even when I do somehow get time to myself, I am required to leave if they need me. If I do not, then I am punished. The recent example of this is when I went to see the new Spider-Man movie. and was grounded because I turned my phone off in the theater. It seems as if I am nothing more than a slave to them, and anything involving her simply overshadows me. This last week I was chosen to give a speech at a school event. I was so excited and my parents promised to be there, but they never showed and claimed it was because of my sister. Anytime anything like this happens for me, they are too busy with her. I've held this in for so long, and it finally spilled out today. While talking about colleges with my father, he joked that I should get a degree that pays well so when they're gone I can take care of my sister. I don't know why, but this caused me to break down. I cried and screamed about how it always about her. I'm nothing more than a caretaker to them, that they always make it about her, and that I'm expected to be her slave for the rest of my life. I've locked myself in my room since then and my parents have not come to check on me. Am I the a-hole here? Edit/update kinda. Wow, thank you for all the support and love that you guys have given me. I never expected this post to reach the popularity it did. Thank you all. After thinking about it for these past hours, you are right that I don't despise my sister. It's not her fault that she was born the way she is. My parents came to talk to me a while after my breakdown, but I was unable to bring myself to talk to them and only cried and asked them to leave. They have made arrangements with my grandfather for me to stay with him for the time being, and am getting ready to go to his house. My parents want to talk to me, but we have decided it's best I leave for now to have some space and time to collect myself. We will be sitting down and talking later this week about this issue. Thank you all again for the love and support through this. Not the a-hole. These are perfectly legitimate and understandable feelings. You have done nothing to sign up for taking care of another human being. It's not like she's your kid, and that was wrong of your dad to joke about, because it sounds like he probably is really thinking along those lines. Be honest with your parents about how you feel. Make clear that it's insane that you're expected to be a full-time babysitter, grounded for no phone in a theater. That's ducking bullshit. Not the a-hole kid. I hope you go to college far away from home. Later in life, make sure your parents understand that you won't be taking responsibility, so they better have care and funding in place. Am I the a-hole for wearing the joke bikini my friend got me? So it was my birthday couple months ago. Had a party, got some gifts. My friend Mandy for me a super cute bikini. I liked it. Said thanks. She had ripped the tags off, but whatever. Anyway, went to the community pool with my roommate, wore bikini, got in the water. Roommate immediately is like, girl. I look and see that this bikini is now kinda see-through. Haha, good joke, Mandy. Anyway, Mandy invited me over to her place to hang out with her and her BF and a few others. Most leave and we're still hanging out. I'm like, hey, what if we get in your hot tub? I go change after them. And meet her BF in the hot tub. She's getting new drinks. I hop in. Immediately, he's looking at my chest. I pretend I don't notice and just make small talk. She comes out a few minutes after. And just looks in shock. Eventually gets in. Is that the one I bought? Yeah, I love it. I wear it everywhere. Make up some stuff about how I wore it to the beach, some party with lots of guys, etc., and she's just like, oh. We're in the tub for 20 to 30. Eventually get out and change. She approached me after and was like, I'm sorry, thought you'd notice. But it goes kinda see-through. I'm like, yeah, I know, why'd you buy me a ducking see-through bathing suit? She's like, it's a joke. Wait, you knew? So you just spent last 30 flashing my BF on purpose? I reply, I'm just wearing my birthday gift from her. Anyway. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Plus it's not your fault he was blatantly stating at your tits right in front of her. Edit, because it still isn't clear to literally anyone, I'm saying Mandy has nobody to blame but herself for what happened. Yeah, that's what I told her. She didn't like that either, lol. She got herself a transparent boyfriend too. This comment alone deserves an award. Share your best a-hole story in the comments. And don't forget, subscribe now or Biden will sniff your hair.